Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today we're gonna be doing some grade 10 math, just end of chapter 1 questions, exercises, just relaxing, easy. It's beginning of the year. I'm actually hoping to continue this with each chapter, upload regularly, because I haven't been doing that. But yeah, it's life gets in the way and yeah. Okay, so what do we have before us? We have state whether the following numbers are real, non-real, or undefined. Okay, so yeah, what is real? What is real? And what is undefined? Okay. So the first one we have is negative square root of -5. So that is a clear answer. The reason that you're getting your answer is this part over here. You have a negative within a square root, which makes this number non-real, and it is non-real because we will never have a square root of a negative number. You can think about what is a square root, right? A square root is, let's say you had the number 4 and you took the square root of this, it will give you 2, because 2 multiplied by 2 is equal to 4. So in other words, you have 2 squared equal to 4. So the square root would be the opposite of the squared function. So it's the square root. So you're going to be working your way from the squared to the root of the square, right? I'm pretty sure that's the first time I had to explain that. But okay. So the reason we will never get a negative, because even if you took a negative, like let's say take my -1, and we squared this, our answer will be, because it's a negative times a negative, which is a positive, so we left with 1, right? And if we try and work our way back, like to get the square root of it, we take 1, the square root of 1, that's going to give us 1. That will give us 1. So we will never get back to that -1 by going backwards, taking the square root of it, right? Okay, all out the way. So first answer, non-real. Beautiful handwriting, as always. Okay, B. Let's run through this. So we have the square root of 8 divided by 0. That's a big no-no, because we never divide by 0. And because we never divide by 0, this is undefined. It's undefined because we can not describe it. Not at all. Remember, divide means to share something amongst whatever you're sharing, So if you add, for instance, alright, let's say you add 2 apples, and you had to divide your 2 apples amongst 4 people, right? How much apples would each person get? Each person would get half an apple. How did I get half? I took the number of apples and divided by the amount of people we have. So that is equal to a half. That's why I got a half. But in this case, if you add square root of 8 number of things divided among 0 people, doesn't make sense, because you can't share things amongst no people. Okay, got it? Yeah, that's why it is undefined. Now I just gotta remove this, pretend like I'm not doing that. Maybe I should just cut it from the video. Okay, next we have C, the negative of negative. Yeah, that's right. The negative of a square root 15. This is real, simply because we can have a square root of a positive number. Right? Done. The same goes for our next one, which is -7. Negative square root 7, which is real as well. And then we have E. Ooh, that's a nice one. square root of minus 1. Obviously, that's the same reason as a, which is non-real. But just a little info on this. Square root of negative 1 is such a popular number in math that they decided to call this I. So if you're ever interested in doing math at a high level, or maybe doing it advanced math or something at this level, you might come across this I. I just simply means the square root of minus 1. So I squared is equal to minus 1. Yeah, that's all. Cool. And then last one, we have the square root of 2, which is real, obviously, because it's not negative, it's not divided by 0, and therefore it's real. Radio. That was quick. Next questions. Okay, these questions take a bit longer to do, but so I don't think I'll do all of them. But you free country, do what you want. If you want to do these questions, do these questions. If you don't. Okay, so they say write each decimal as a simple fraction. So our first one is 0.12. Okay, so how do we write this as a fraction? So what we'll do is we'll take our first part is 0, so it's just 0. We'll add, okay, our first decimal is 1, and since this is our 10th, we'll write it as 1 over 10 plus this is our 100th, so 2 over 100. We'll then add all of these together, so we make a common denominator, so we now have to multiply this by 10, so this becomes 10 over 100, and then this stays the same because we just multiply it by 1, I guess, so we can just add 2, which is equal to 12 over 100. Can we simplify this? Yes, we can. You can use your calculator or whatever means you find necessary, unless I tell you do not use calculator and just have to show more steps. So in this case, you'll just what's a common factor? 4. So 12 divided by 4 is 3, and 100 divided by 4 is 25. Easy marks. Okay, I'm gonna skip B because I just feel like it. So let's do C, which is 4.14 recurring. Okay, so these are possible exam questions. They are most, like at this level, they'll always be in there, something along this line. So this number, and this, for this number, this is how we're going to do it. So we have 4.14 recurring, which is the same as 4.141414141414141414. Okay, so now we want this, but in a decimal form. So obviously we can't use the previous method because you'll just be writing 1 over a 10, 4 over 100, 1 over 1,000 all the time. So what we're going to do, we're going to take this number that we have and we're going to make this equal to x, right? So x will contain every single 1 and every single 4, so that, yeah, every single one of them. So what we're going to do, we're going to take our x now, which is equal to this, and we're going to multiply it by 100. Now why 100? Simply, what can I say? Simple, because we have 2 decimal points, our 10th and our 100th, so that's where the 100 is coming from. And this now is going to be equal to, remember, when you have any number, let's take 7, and we multiply it by 10, we just add a 0 at the end, right? So that number gets moved up by 1 decimal, but now we're doing it twice because we're multiplying it by 100. So this becomes 4, 1, 4. See these 2 decimals that were just moved up and moved up. So that point goes back, and we still have 1, 4, 1, 4, 1, 4. Right. Then what we're going to do, we're going to subtract x now on each side. So we're going to be left with 99x is equal to this exact thing, but just minus 4.14141414. So it's just 414.4141. I said it the other way. 4.1414. dot, dot. Now this whole part here cancels each other out. Lovely. And then we just have 414 minus 4, which is 410, which is just 410. So then we just solve for x, divide both sides by 99, and then x is equal to 410 divided by 99. I hope that fit in. And yeah, that's all. Like, here's if you pause and you can write it down or whatever, you can attempt all of these. Okay, so I went ahead and did some of it. Well, yeah, there's some answers. Pause the video, get the answers, try it yourself, and by the end of this, you should be an expert in it. Congratulations, well done. Right, another transition, quick transition into another transition. Right, yeah, last bit of questions before I love and leave you. We have solve by factorizing. Okay, so grade 10 is where they introduce factorizing, I believe. I can't remember. I should know this, considering how much people I tutor and I make math tutorial videos. Anyway, okay, so factorizing. So notice the examples I got. All of these are normal numbers. They do not contain any variables. So kind of practice factorizing, so you can just like understand, because a lot of people just go in and they go, x squared, b squared. They don't really understand what it means. So let's do this. We have 17 squared minus 15 squared. So one way you can do this, you can take this directly into calculator. You'll get an answer, but there's a way to do it with no calculator needed. So we're gonna have 17 minus 15, 17, 15. So what goes in here? It is a plus. Why is it a plus? Simple. Because if this was a negative and you multiplied it out using that FOIL method, first, last, inner, outer, whatever, and then if this was a negative, you would get a positive once they multiply by each other, and you would not end up with this. But if you go negative positive, you will end up with this. So now we have 17 minus 15, which is 2. Grade 1 question, maybe grade 2. 17 plus 15. Okay, grab a calculator if you want. If you don't, just count on your fingers. So this would be equal to 32, because I know 15 and 15 is 30, and there's an extra 2 there. So here we have multiply, and remember brackets means multiplication. So this becomes 64. Easy. I actually enjoy that. Let's continue. So next we have 13 squared. This is like exactly the same question, just using different values. So this becomes 13 minus 12. Once again, 13, but this time plus. And then 13 minus 12 is 1. And 13 plus 12 is equal to 25, which is equal to 1 multiplied by anything is anything, not anything. Woo! 1 multiplied by something is always that something, right? 1 multiplied by x is x. Okay. C. This one looks pretty hectic, but it's not. We just use the same methods. So we're gonna have 1, 2, 0, 0, 4, 5 squared minus 1, 2, 0, 0, 3, 5 squared, and then we do the same thing. So we're gonna have 1, 2, 0, 0, 4, 5 minus 1, 2, 0, 0, 3, 5 multiplied by this is the exact same thing. 1, 2, 0, 0, 4, 5, but now plus 1, 2, 0, 0, 3, 5. That looks hideous, but just pretend I wrote it out properly. Okay, so this you can type into calculator, but I can see just simply this is the exact same number besides for difference of 10. So this becomes 10 multiplied by, now we're going to add these together. Okay, so again, type this in a calculator or just add in your head or whatever. So it's going to be 5 plus 5 is 10. Right, a decent 0. And then we have 4 plus 3 is 7, plus our 1 from our 10 is equal to 8. And then we have 0 plus 0 is 0. And then we have 0 plus 0 is still 0. Didn't change. And then we have 2 plus 2 is 4. And 1 plus 1 is 2. Did that without any little calculator. And then multiply by 10. Remember, if we multiply something by 10, we just add a 0. 8, 0, and 0. Congrats! You did it. And then I'm going to leave this last one for you. It's exactly the same method, but you should get an answer of 100. There we go. That's what I'm going to call it. Guys, thanks for the video. Thanks for watching. See you next time. So I actually really enjoyed making this video. And if you liked, then you probably pressed the video off already, but it's cool. I'll see you next time. Bye.